Hi everybody, here we are with lesson 25, module 7. This is on page 191 in your Succeed book. We are still working on line plots and using the data in the charts, understanding how to read the charts, the amount of information they can give us. So the chart here is showing the length of necklaces made in arts and crafts class. So we need to show the length of necklaces made in class. So that's what I'm going to title it. Necklaces. And it's a title, remember, every word should get a capital. Necklaces made in is a tiny word. We don't do that one. Prepositions usually we don't do. Made in class. All right. If you can't make all that fit, you can just write necklaces. It's okay. But we do need to know the title of our chart. Always want to title it so that people have an idea of what information we're giving them. So we are going to include the data from this chart as a line plot down here. And again, they've drawn the line for us, but they have not marked out the numbers. So looking up here at what we have to include from 16 to 24, 9 we have to do this time, 9 places on our line plot. So again, I'm going to do one about in the middle. I'm going to do a line at the ends. And we are going to do 4 on either side of that middle line. So with the end mark, I need 3 more sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So 3 more lines in here. I'm going to do 3. Go right about there. 1, 2, 3. That was a little bit too much room, but that's okay. And again over here. 1, 2, 3. And now I have to fill in my numbers. So again, you can pause if you want to. If you want to try to make your line a certain length and then use your ruler to mark out those places, you can, but we're just trying to get it close. We don't have to be perfect. I do need now to list my numbers, mark my numbers on my number line though. Gonna have to write kind of small. Because on our line plot, I need to know which number is represented by each line. So 16 had 3 necklaces. I'm kind of looking down here, 16. I'm going to have to try to fit in over here. So I'm making them pretty small. And I'm going to do 3. 1, 2, 3. And also important, I'm not leaving a lot of space between my X's. So 17, how many? 0. 0. Kind of looks like people only do the even numbers, not the odd numbers. That's odd. All right, so 18 has 4. So again, trying to make them about the same level as each other. 1, 2, 3, and 1 extra. Nothing at 19. Down at 20, wow, 20 has 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, close. 5, 6, 7, 8. 21 inches, 0. 22 inches has 9. So I'm going to try to make it just a little bit taller than that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whoops, 7, 8, 9. Okay, got a little messed up there. We're doing our best, but we do want to try to make them similar so that I can see that these two are almost the same, but not quite. 23 again, 0, all the odd numbers. And now 24, we're going to try to get 16 X's. Count carefully as you draw them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pretty close. Good. Don't worry too much if you end up having to go outside of the box. It doesn't matter. If yours are a little taller than mine, it's fine. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Well, now this line plot does not have a peak in the middle, does it? What pattern do you see? Just gets steadily bigger, doesn't it? 3, and then 4, and then 8, and 9, and then 16. How many necklaces were made? Oh my goodness. How are we going to solve that? They're not asking us about lengths. They're not asking us about the measurements. They're asking us how many necklaces were there all together. Now, we could count all the X's, but that seems like it would be difficult. We need to add these numbers together. So we have 3 plus 4. You can do it on your fingers if you need to. You can count on. We have 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we need to add this next number, and we're going to add in 8. 7 plus 8. Do you know that? What if it were 8 plus 8? So we have our doubles. 8 plus 8 would be 16. 7 is 1 less. So 1 less than 16 is 15. Again, we can count on 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 7 plus 8 is 15. So we've added our 3 and our 4 and our 8. Now we need to add 9. 15 plus 9. Well, think about this. What if this were 10? If it were 15 plus 10, I would just add another 10 and it would be 25. 9 is 1 less than 10. So instead of 25, it's going to be 24. Now, again, you may count up if you would like. You could do a quick chip model. You can do it however you like. Now, we have added 3, 4, 8, and now 9. What number do we still have to add? Yeah, we need to add 16 to 24. Now, this might be easier to do sideways. So I'm actually going to move it down here. So I have 24 plus 16, which equals something. And I am going to do my 1s and my 10s separately. So 4 and 6, that's 10. 2 10s and 1 10. 20 plus 10 is 3 10s or 30. So I need to add then 30 plus 10, which equals 40. How many necklaces were made? 40 necklaces. That's a lot. Must be a lot of beads. So we need to draw a conclusion about the data in this line plot. Looking at your line plot, what conclusion can we draw? Remember, drawing a conclusion means we take the clues and we can say something about that information. Seems to me that people wanted to do longer necklaces. Very few people chose to do 16 or 18. The longer necklaces were more popular, but also people didn't use odd numbers, only even numbers. So I am going to write both of those things. Most people, sorry, I'm not going to just start with people. Most people wanted to make longer necklaces. They only used even numbered lengths. I'm going to go ahead and change the page, so if you need to pause to catch up with any of that, go right ahead. On our second page of homework, this is 192. Going to do the same thing. This is about the towers that students made, blocks of towers, and then they got to measure them. That sounds like fun. So this is about height of student towers. And again, this is a title, so notice we have a capital H, capital S, capital T, just not of. The tiny words, the prepositions don't usually get a capital. Now, we've only got 4 different heights that we need to put into our line plot. So we only need 4 lines. I'm going to go ahead and put 5 because it's easier. So I'm going to put my line in the middle, a line at either end, and then one line right in the middle of those. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers instead of 4. So I'm going to go ahead and start. Maybe we can start with 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. I only need to get 9 altogether of my X's, so I'm not going to get too worried about how small they are this time. But we started at 14 and there's not that. So there's nothing here. And we have 9 towers that were 15 inches tall. So we're going to put 9 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 16 inches, there were 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 17 inches, wow, only 2. And at 18 inches, there was only one. Have you ever tried to stack blocks block by block by block? It's not always easy. So the higher your tower is, the more likely it is to fall over. And then you're not going to be able to measure it at all. So I'm going to guess that this was the height that most people got to without it falling over. And then a few people got a little bit higher. Again, look at our first question. How many towers were measured? That doesn't have anything to do with how tall they are. They're asking us how many towers. So I'm actually going to compose this in a different way. 9 and 1 is how much? 10. If I can make a 10, that is always going to be the easy way. So then I have 6 and 2 left to add. What is 6 plus 2? You can just count up if you don't know it. 6, 7, 8. And then we need to add 8 plus 10. Good. 8 plus 10 is 18. What tower height occurred most often? That's right, 15. Look at it up there. 15 inches. All right, this next one, a little bit complicated. If 4 more towers were measured at 17 and 5 more towers were measured at 18, how would it change how the line plot looks? So we have to imagine that there are 4 more here. 4 more would be 6. 5 more here, 5 and 1, that would also be 6. How would that change how the line plot looks if these were all 6? Then these 3 would be exactly the same. And even though this was the highest single measurement, that would certainly show us that these 3 had more students than this one, right? So if 17 and 18 both had 6, 6, 6, 6, how would that change how the line plot looks? 15 would still be the most. The most towers. But then 16 inches, 17 inches, and 18 inches would all be the same. Again, they want us to draw a conclusion about the data in the line plot. Sorry, if you need to pause to catch up on the sentence, that's fine. And you don't have to copy mine. You can write it in your own words. That's great. I'm going to scoot it up though, so if you need to pause, go ahead. D is asking us to draw a conclusion about the data in the line plot. Now again, 15 had the most, and then it went way down. And there weren't any before 15. So the conclusion that I drew was that 15 inches is the best height for a block tower higher it falls more easily. That is my conclusion. Sorry. You guys see that? Great. Thanks for working hard. Go ahead and pause it if you need more time, and I will see you next time.